Joining me here tonight is Swapan Das Gupta, well, a keen Bengal watcher as well amongst his many other hats. Sudhindra Kulkarni of the BJP, Khushbu of the DMK, Kakoli Ghosh Dasidar of the Trinamool Congress, and Mr. Arunav Ghosh of the West Bengal Congress. Swapan Das Gupta, your perspective first. Interesting interview there by Dr. Mitra, I have to say.
Well, of course, it's very interesting, and I think what Dr. Mitra really is talking about is the larger question of where subsidies have to go into. I mean, he didn't obviously have the time to think, and whether we are talking about targeted subsidies or general subsidies. Now we exist in a regime where subsidies are not targeted. So it's quite obvious.
Unlike English news channels.
Well, whatever, I mean, that's an extrapolation you needlessly draw. But the point is that there is therefore no doubt that, never mind reforms, it is the question, it's the backdrop of the increase in diesel prices, the LPG prices, and to some extent the nervousness among small retailers at the possible impact of large multinational retailers coming in, which has influenced their decision. And couple that with Mamata Banerjee's own politics, very keen that she doesn't yield any space to the left, and she's made it. I personally feel that Mamata Banerjee had possibly made up her mind some 6 months ago that this UPA government, at least the Congress part of it, was becoming a liability for her. And I think she saw in this the most opportune moment to get out of what she considers to be a rather messy arrangement.
Are early elections now inevitable? I think that's the big question that everyone's asking. And also, how will this UPA coalition actually stay together? First, from the West Bengal Congress, Mr. Ghosh, your reaction to what Amit Mitra detailed clearly on why Mamata Banerjee is quitting and there seems to be no way back. Do you feel there's any room at all? Because some optimistic congressmen in Delhi are pointing to the fact that there has been no formal withdrawal of support from the president, and they say the government's still in a majority. Doesn't matter what she says on television, till the letters of support are taken back from the president, she's still with us.
No, it was very amusing to hear Mr. Amit Mitra. When he was the FICCI secretary, he said something else on FDI. Now he was talking in the voice of his mentor, the chief minister. Because in TMC, the motto is that don't express your own opinion, but express the opinion of Mamata Banerjee if you want to rise in the
is that different in the Congress, sir? It's not different in the Congress.
No,
when it comes to Mrs. Sonia Gandhi.
I tell you, I can criticize about says, even if Sonia Gandhi says something. I can criticize Rahul Gandhi in your television. I'm saying that. But
really?
Can Amit Mitra say? Yes, I'm saying in your television. And we write to, even we wrote a dissent about Mamata Banerjee to Sonia Gandhi ji. We wrote to her, we wrote to Rahul Gandhi that she has emasculated the BJP in West Bengal. She is trying to emasculate the Congress in West Bengal, and the juvenile tantrums which she is playing, you don't realize it, and you will realize later when she goes to the center. Now the center has faced it. And one of the most ungratefulness is the motto of our politics. If you see from starting a day,
I think let's just move this beyond just West Bengal politics. I'm going to ask Ms. Kakoli Ghosh on this also, but let me bring in Khushbu and Sudhindra Kulkarni. Mr. Kulkarni, the larger point that the government seems confident that they do have the numbers even without Mamata Banerjee. That seems to be behind their calculation on no rollback. What is the BJP's take on the whole situation now? In one sense, what Dr. Amit Mitra pointed out is true, that the corruption issue has swept away. It's become all about pro-reforms and it's become about Mamata Banerjee versus reforms. Is that true, do you feel?
You see, we should see the context in which the government has taken the so-called reform decisions. The context was the unprecedented corruption scandals in which the UPA government was getting increasingly discredited, and the assaults on the interests of the common people, unprecedented price rise. In order to divert attention from these two issues, the government has brought in what it calls a reform measure that's going to completely transform and reinvigorate the economy. The Congress leadership is misleading the people, just as it misled the people in 2008 by saying that the nuclear deal is going to completely remove the bottleneck of power, remove the power scarcity. 4 years on, this nuclear deal has not added even one single megawatt of power.
No, but isn't it a factor that
By
Mr.
saying that the
Kulkarni- yes.
FDI in retail is going to solve the crisis in agriculture, is going to solve the unemployment problem, they are misleading the people. And I agree with Dr. Mitra that FDI in retail cannot be the centerpiece of economic reforms in India. There are so many other pressing, burning issues that need to be done,
Well,
to push the economy ahead. And this government does, it neither has the vision nor the commitment to bring about major administrative governance,
no, but the question
judicial
of course
reforms.
would
India's #1 news app. Just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.